What's up, nerds? My name is Steve from Flipping the Nerd, and this is a contest entry video for British Geeky Guy's 400th subscriber contest and 200th video contest. British Geeky Guy, awesome guy. You might have heard of him. He was very recently featured on my channel for a few episodes of the Flipping the Nerd show and video game blah blah. Very, very, very awesome guy. Definitely one of the friends I made here on YouTube. So I'm happy to have, found his channel and then gotten to talk to him. And it's just been a really, really fantastic guy. Fantastic channel. I'll talk about that when we get to the actual questions for the entry. So he's doing 400 subs, a contest for him. That's fantastic, man. 400 subs is an awesome number. It took me forever to get way up there, and you're doing it really quickly, so congratulations. That's just amazing. Everybody go subscribe to him. I'm going to put the link to both the contest and his channel below. It ends July 31st, so you have plenty of time by the time I post it. So check him out. Check out his video. Check out his channel. Subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff. Very, very cool guy. So to enter the contest, he had 6 questions. It's actually 4 and then 2 bonus ones that you had to do really fast, or it didn't count, or I don't know. I was kind of confused with it, but I'm going to answer them anyway. I know I'm probably not even close to getting those entries, but why not? I wrote them down, so I'm answering them anyway. So here are the questions. Number 1, if I could spend one day with someone, who would it be with and why? I don't like to pick the same answer as the person doing the contest, so in this case, the British Geeky Guy, but I absolutely have to in this case. Stan Lee, without even a doubt. Stan Lee to me is the closest thing we have to a lord on Earth. I'm not really religious, obviously, but Stan Lee is like the man. I mean, he created the mythology that basically I know better than any other mythology out there, even though it's all comes mostly from his head. I would just sit there, I'd put tape on my mouth and just listen to stories. The guy is so fascinating, very, very cool guy. I've been a fan of him since I'm a little kid. I used to watch the Marvel. There's I don't know if this was a thing in the US or in the UK, but in Canada we had, every Saturday morning they'd have 3 hours of Marvel cartoons. So it'd be X-Men, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the Hulk, I think, was the other one. And between each episode, you'd have Stan Lee kind of presenting it. And I just absolutely always love Stan Lee. He just has a great voice and a great character, and I just love to meet him. I have so much to talk about with him, and just listen to his awesome stories. That would definitely be mine. And number 2, a pop that's coming out that I want and why. Now, I do collect pops. I'm not a huge collector of pops. I'm not really looking out for variants and that kind of stuff. So I didn't really know what was coming out. So I actually went online and looked it up, see what's coming out in the next few months. And there's one, and this will really surprise you because of all the crazy geeky pops that are coming out in the next few months. This is probably not the one you'd be thinking about that I would get. But this is exactly the pop I would collect, and I will collect, because every time I look at it, it would make me laugh, and that is something that I need in my life. And that's the Sophia pop from Golden Girls. They're doing a Golden Girls line of pops in July, and I absolutely want them. Sophia was my favorite Golden Girl, and that's so weird to hear me say something like that, but I'm going to put a picture of the pop on screen just so you can see what I'm talking about if you don't watch Golden Girls. But yeah, I mean, every time I would pass by that pop, I'd chuckle because she was awesome, and I just absolutely adore her. So that's my choice, Sophia from the Golden Girls. Bet you no one else came up with that answer, BGG. There's 3 out of 6 questions here. Of all the pops that are out, which one would you like a custom for? That's easy. It would be The Undertaker. He is my favorite WWE wrestler. So this is kind of the returned Undertaker from 2004 when he came back as the Dead Man, which is a cool Undertaker. And he's got the long black hair, the big hat, the whole like Undertaker look when he came back. But the Undertaker has had so many different costumes over the last 25 years that I really like to see variants of him. Particularly the purple gloved and purple socked Undertaker from the I guess like 95, 96 era. I like the old school Undertaker with the gray from his debut from 1990 to about 93. The Ministry Undertaker from the late 90s. Even the more recent Undertaker with the mohawk or the bald. I think Undertaker would be one of the, or even the American Badass Undertaker from the early 2000s. I think it would just be cool to get different Undertakers throughout the years. So that's my choice for variant pop. Question 4. What is it that I like about the channel, and what do I want to see more of? What I like about the channel is you collect stuff that I either don't have access to or that I am extremely jealous of. You collect really awesome stuff. You have great taste. So that's what I like about the channel. You're also a genuinely nice guy. So that's something that I like to see in channels and videos. Now I know from experience because I've actually spoken to you, but also just coming through from the videos, it shows that you're just a passionate, geeky guy, and that's awesome. And I just really, really like that. What do I want to see more of? More gaming stuff. We talked about it. We're big gamers. We covered E3 this year together. I'd just like to see more gaming stories or more gaming, I guess, items. Of course, if you want to talk gaming, you can come on my show. I do a show, Video Game Blah Blah, and you're always welcome back. It was awesome to have you on. So that's what I'd like to see more of. You on my show. I am that much of like a narcissist. That's what I want more of. I want you on my shows. So that's awesome. Number 5. What pop did I pay the most for? So it's a 3-way tie, only because I don't buy pops. Ironically, almost all the pops I have been either given to me or I got them in a mystery box. Very few exceptions where I actually went out and bought a pop. And usually when I buy a pop, I don't buy it just because I like it. There's usually a reasoning behind it. So the 3 that I bought, they were about the same price, if I remember, like $13 Canadian, which is like $10 US. I have no idea, £1 or euro or whatever you guys are rocking these days. I'm not even sure. So here they are again, the Undertaker pop. This one I bought. It was my first pop I bought. I got into the pop game really late. I was already a YouTuber. Everybody was talking about the pops, and I'm like, I need to get into this because I am not in the conversation at all anymore. So I said to myself, if I'm going to get pops, I want my first pop to be very special. So this is the one that I bought first. The Undertaker is my favorite wrestler. He's just one of the coolest guys I've ever met as well. So that is number 1. Number 2, 2015, I think it was October 21st, if I off the top of my head, was the day in Back to the Future when Marty McFly comes into the future for Back to the Future 2. And I want to commemorate that day because that day's only going to happen once, right? So it was the day that we entered Back to the Future's future. So I actually went to the store and bought a Doc pop that day just to always think that I bought the Doc pop on the day that Marty came to the future in Back to the Future. So I paid the same price as Undertaker. And finally, big Star Wars fan, super excited when Episode 7 was come out. So much so that I broke my habit of going to Disney World in September, October, because I always go to Disney World for Halloween time. I actually went in May that year just because I want to see. They had Star Wars weekends going on at that time, and I wanted access to the first ever merchandise. So fast forward a couple months later, I had been to Disney World. I bought my first merchandise. They were going to release the first ever Star Wars Episode 7 pops. So I went to the store as soon as they opened and bought the very first, for that store anyway, Star Wars Episode 7 pop of Kylo Ren, who I just thought was awesome looking. So that's the 3rd most expensive pop I bought, which were all the same price. And that's why I bought those 3 pops. Like I said, I don't buy them unless I have a reason to. And those were my reasons. And finally, what is Mrs. BGG's favorite pop? I believe it's Harley Quinn. I know she's a huge horror fan, but I couldn't quite remember, but I think it's Harley Quinn. Sorry if I'm wrong. I apologize, Ms. BGG. That's the one I think it is, but it might be a horror one, and I might be mistaken. So it is what it is. So again, the video went a little long. Sorry about that, BGG. But everybody go check out his channel. Great channel. Congratulations on 400 subs. Congratulations on 200 videos. Hopefully I'll get to speak to you soon on one of my shows again. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you all on the flip.